What's the energy certificate? Which are the different ones you get? How to read them? What to be careful about? And how to calculate your annual heating cost. All this will be covered in this video. Hi, my name is Ajay, and in this channel we are going to guide you on how to buy a house here in Germany. I'm a certified home loan consultant, and a lot of clients ask me on what the energy certificate is all about. Here are answers to the most frequently asked questions on that topic. The energy certificate provides an overview of the energy status of a residential building. It works in a similar way to a new fridge or TV you might buy. A scale from green to yellow to orange-red in the classes of A+ to H demonstrates how energy efficient the property is. In Germany, the so-called Building Energy Act, Gebäudeenergiegesetz, regulates when such an energy certificate for real estate is required. Homeowners only need an energy certificate if they want to sell or rent out their home. Then an up-to-date energy certificate must be issued in order to make energy efficiency transparent for prospective buyers or tenants. The energy certificate is valid for a maximum of 10 years from the date of issue. In principle, home sellers often have the choice of getting a consumption or a requirement-based certificate issued. In case of a new building, the requirement certificate is mandatory. For existing properties, on the other hand, there are the above-mentioned options. The certificate obligation for residential buildings in Germany has been in place since 2009. It is only waived if one of the following applies. The building is a heritage building, in German Denkmalschutz. It's a house which will be demolished. The living space of the full building does not exceed 50 square meters. And if you live in a property yourself and do not want to sell or rent it out, you do not need an energy certificate as well. They're based on different data and calculation methods. The consumption-based certificate lists the actual energy consumption of the last 3 years. It's issued on the basis of the heating cost statements. The values depend strongly on the inhabitants and their consumption behavior. So if the tenants have been heating even in the summer, the values will be very, very high. If the apartment was empty, consumption obviously will be very low or non-existent. The requirements-based certificate evaluates the theoretical energy requirements resulting from the conditions of the residential building. It's issued on the basis of a technical report. It contains modernization recommendations, which refers to the building material and heating systems installed. And it gives a clear indication of weaknesses in terms of energy efficiency. Section 88 of the GEG, the Building Efficiency Act, regulates who is authorized to issue energy certificates. These are primarily architects, engineers, and professionals who are certified to call themselves energy consultants, Energieberater. Handyman and craftsmen with the appropriate authorization are also allowed to issue an energy certificate. To obtain this authorization, they have to prove appropriate knowledge in the fields of energy efficiency. Typically, these are chimney sweepers, plumbers, etc. You can use the nationwide database of the German Energy Agency to find the relevant experts in your region. Registered issuers meet the requirements for issuing authorizations for energy certificates in accordance with the GEG. The cost for issuing such a certificate will depend on which kind of property and which type of certificate you are looking to get. Costs will start at 50 euros and will go up to 500. Here's an overview of the cost. If you're selling your house, in most cases the brokers will pick up that tab. If you're selling your apartment, please check with the property management. They will have a current certificate and will provide it to you. Let's have a look at an example. The certificate usually contains 5 pages. Page 1 contains important information about the property, such as its address, the building type, the year of construction, and the year the heating system was installed. It's already announced whether it's a requirement or a consumption-based certificate on page 1 itself. Page 2, the characteristic values for the energy requirements are mentioned here according to the calculation. In this case, page 3 is not filled out. In addition, you will find a color scale and, if applicable, the classification of the residential building into energy efficiency classes A plus 2H. This makes it easier to compare energy efficiencies of different houses. Page 3, the values of the energy consumptions are visible in accordance with the calculation procedure for the consumption-based certificate. Here, the consumption of the last 3 years is taken into consideration. In this case, page 2 is not filled. Page 4, the owner of the property will find suggestions for improving energy efficiency, but only in case of the energy requirement certificate. Page 5 only contains certain terms which are explained for better understanding. So what does this all mean in terms of associated heating cost? The lower the rating is, the more you'll need to pay for energy. In our case, the consumption is 135.5 kilowatt hours per square meter per year. Currently, I'm paying 8 cents per kilowatt of gas. This translates to 135.5 times 8 cents equals to 10.84 euros per square meter per year as energy cost. Multiply that with the square meters of your house or apartment, and you'll get the annual energy cost for your property. In summary, the energy certificate is a mandatory document the broker needs to show you no matter whether you're wanting to rent or to buy. You'll be able to calculate the estimated cost for heating based on the values in the certificate itself. But beware, there are some loopholes as mentioned, so please don't take calculated costs at face value. You might just not be wanting to heat up your property as much as the previous tenant or resident.